Ivan and Florence Hoyt have been married for 63 years. They work together and they raised a family together. Over the years, they've contributed time and effort not only to their communities, but to their families and to each other, in sickness and in health. Whether it be Ivan's health issues or Florence's diagnosis of Alzheimer's, they've taken on these challenges in the same manner in which they've climbed so many mountains, with determination and a commitment to each other.
They were one. They had their own roles and their own dynamics between them. But as a team or two people who come together as one, that's definitely what they were.
The doctor said, "I don't want you to exert yourself. Don't climb mountains anymore." and Florence, in her mind, said to me, I remember it so clearly, that if the doctors say you can't climb up the mountain, do you suppose he would approve it if you climbed down a mountain? So all of this was the kind of a mind that she had, that somehow she was going to help me get through my tough problems.
In her nature, she was kind of a worrier. You know, I think she worried about Dad and, you know, medical problems that he had, and the transition into, you know, she's just somebody who worries a lot, to she's now having problems, you know, she's forgetting things and having problems with you know, the day-to-day, was so subtle that it just didn't pick it up. It just seemed like the anxiety level just kept going up.
Yes, your wife has diagnosis, has Alzheimer. And he would show me a picture of the brain, about which we know very little today. And that picture in the brain showed a little clouding here and a little clouding here.
He came in and he did just kind of like a checkup on her, and made the comment that she has an attention span of about 6 seconds. And that, I think, was one of the most revelatory things to help me understand what she was going through. Because I started thinking about this. You start a sentence, how long does a sentence take? You know, if it takes 10 seconds, well, after 6 seconds, you've forgotten what you're talking about. And I suddenly, it put the whole thing in perspective for me. Like, you can't carry a thought for more than 6 seconds. How do you function?
She had said to me, she would, when this thing first became known to her, that she was going to be determined to be the best patient that they ever had. And I say that almost every time I talk with her, and I say, don't forget, this is what you said, and I believe it, and it's happening. So I want to be the best caregiver that I can to Florence, because she had been the same to me all her life. What do you do to help, in this case, someone you love, and your life has all been built up around it, to repay what she has done for you? There's nothing I wouldn't do for Florence.
I don't know, for some reason, I guess because I've heard people say it before, that the hardest part is going to be that day that she doesn't know who I am. And I found it very interesting that that's not how it happens. I was saying goodbye to her, and I gave her a hug, and I said, you know, I'm glad you're my mom, And she looked at me and she said, "And I know why."
I remember holding on to you. All them long and lonely nights are putting you through. Somewhere in there, I'm sure I made you cry. But I can't remember.
And when everything else is lost, there's always one thing left, and it's hope.
But I recall all of them nights down in Mexico, one place I may never